Hi, and welcome back to Retro Room, and today we're going to be talking about the last club kid, Vivacious. So, real name is Osmond Vacious, and Osmond moved to New York when he was 9 years old and began performing in New York City clubs at the age of 18. There is not a lot of information available about Vivacious, but most of what is available revolves around Vivacious's brief stint on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 6. Coming in 12th place, Vivacious was the third queen eliminated from that season. TheAdvocate.com had an article about Vivacious called After Elimination Vivacious of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 6. It was written by Jace Peoples and was uploaded on March 13th of 2014. I won't read the whole interview, but I will share a little bit with you. The Advocate asked Vivacious how he prepared for Drag Race. Vivacious responded, "Girl, I had to rearrange closets, put things in order, even started to mentally transform how I do makeup, just so it was something closer to what Ru's style is. The show has forced a mental transformation in me, and for this, I deeply thank Mother Ru." On Vivacious's style of drag, The Advocate asks, "Your style of drag is very different from the other Season 6 queens. Do you feel the judges misunderstood your artistic vision?" To which Vivacious responded, "RuPaul and Michelle know their styles. I don't think I was misunderstood. RuPaul's show is about taking a queen based on her own style and using these challenges to help that queen grow into something new later on in life or during the weeks of the show. As for me, I've grown since the show, but while on the show, I came on with what I had and that's what I presented." They then ask, "What would you say to those who have critiqued your style who are unaware of the legacy you are carrying on?" First and foremost, people need to know their history. My form of drag is what allowed many straight people to accept gays for being artistic. If it wasn't for our type of drag, there'd be less tolerance on this planet when it comes to homophobia. Learn your history before you open your mouth to judge those of us who have used drag to fight for your rights as a gay person. Gays were never meant to conform to straight people's norms. We were meant to be their opposite. We are supposed to have our own identity and culture." The Advocate goes on to ask, "Do you feel the current fishy look trend in drag limits creativity?" Vivacious's response was, "Not only are they limiting, 90% of these girls look like flounder competing for the same position. Only one person is flawless in all of this who holds the Mother Superior title, and that's RuPaul. There will never be anyone or anything like her ever again in this life or the next. I am honored she looked my way and brought what I do into the light." Vivacious is then asked, "What first attracted you to drag?" To which his response was, "Watching fierce queens who came before me perform and execute fierceness on the runway while performing their tracks. Girlina, Candace Kane, Onyx, Tina Sparkles, and Chiquita Hooney. These girls knew how to turn it out, but also made you wish that you were in their skin doing it." On the RuPaul's Drag Race wiki, here's what they wrote about Vivacious. Vivacious is the stage-named Osmond Vivacious, a drag performer best known for being a contestant on Season 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Vivacious ranked 12th place in Season 6. She describes her look as Lee Bowery realness, club kid fashion. Vivacious is known for facing struggles throughout life and her drag race journey, such as ZI, which would be zipper intolerant. One of the original 90s New York club kids, she considers her drag to be living art. Well known in the New York City straight club scene, she considers herself an ambassador of drag. She is known for her memorable quote, "Mother has arrived," and her headpiece, Ornacia. On the origin of Vivacious's drag name, she got her name from her second grade teacher in Jamaica. Vivacious best represents who she is, full of life, full of energy. When she performs, the audience will get lots of high energy moves from her. The wiki also provides some information on Vivacious, including her ethnicity, which is Jamaican, her date of birth, which is March 7th, 1974, and lists one of her close friends as being drag performer and current Drag Race alumni, Kelly Mantle. On the Huffington Post blog, updated December 6, 2017, entitled Laganja Estranja, Sending Vivacious Home was Drag Race Reality Check. Again, I won't be reading the whole article, just a small piece for you. Estranja shared, given how genuine and kind Vivacious was upon entering the workroom after her first season 6 appearance, according to Estranja, the much more experienced Vivacious, who got her start as one of the original 90s New York City club kids, approached her right away expressing how much she appreciated her younger competitor's talent and voicing a belief she would be a true contender. Vivacious was one of the very few people on the show who was a friend to me, Estranja said. She was just so nice and so supportive. While Vivacious displayed just how divergent her unique off-kilter take on gender bending is compared to the more traditional pageant-oriented looks of the past Drag Race stars, even Estranja admitted she failed to shine in the third episode's challenge, and with the other girls naming her as the team's weakest link, she found herself in the lip-sync for your life against Puerto Rico's April Carry-On. I think at that point, Vivacious had given up, said Estranja. I think she realized this wasn't her game, there was nothing she could do, and the cards were out of her hands. And finally, the most in-depth information that I found on Vivacious actually came from an episode of Transformations with James St. James. In this episode, the two appear to be meeting for the first time, and Vivacious reveals that she came to New York when she was 9 years of age and began performing at 18. Vivacious goes on to tell the story of how she came out in New York City and how she was inspired by RuPaul's music video, You Better Work, Supermodel, saying that at work she was surrounded by people she viewed as homophobes, and that one day while they were all together, they watched RuPaul's new single, Supermodel, You Better Work, and it instantly changed these homophobes' views on gay culture. She said that it didn't matter how gay RuPaul made the music video, all of her coworkers suddenly had no problem and enjoyed dancing to the song. This inspired Vivacious not only to come out of the closet to her coworkers, but also to begin performing and choreographing for other performers. Vivacious goes on to talk about how influenced she was by RuPaul and how many elements of her life and career have been based on that of RuPaul as well. James St. James also seems very high energy and very interested. It's as if watching two old friends getting together and talking about days gone by. They also have a discussion about their mutual friend and former club kid Olympia, and the video also has a cameo from fellow Drag Race alumni Morgan McMichaels. So that's pretty much all I have for you today. I want to thank you guys for watching this video and for all the likes and comments. And if you haven't yet subscribed to Retro Room, please consider doing so by clicking the kitty, and I will see you guys again for my next upload.